Arjun, I was trying to dig into some recent work on mixture of experts routing for large language models, specifically how the routing decisions are made, but I kept running into this wall.
Indeed. What we see here on openreview.net is a very direct error message. The note Z1G8KYKO06 was not found. This isn't just a generic issue, it's pinpointing a specific piece of content within the platform.
Wait, note Z1G8QK006? What exactly does note refer to in the context of Open Review? Is that a paper ID, a review, or maybe a comment thread? It feels very specific.
On OpenReview, a note is their fundamental unit of content. It can be a submitted paper, a review, a comment, or even a meta-review. This Z1G8QK06 string is its unique identifier within the platform's database system.
So if I'm searching for a paper on MoE routing and get this, it means the specific paper or piece of research with this ID that I was trying to access just isn't there or was never linked properly.
Precisely. The server has been asked for this particular note, but it cannot locate it in its records. This indicates the content identified by Z1G8QK006 is missing or inaccessible from the underlying database, not just a broken web path.
Why would a specific note disappear? Could it be a withdrawal by the authors or a technical glitch on Open Review side? It feels like a more profound absence than a typical broken link.
It's difficult to pinpoint the exact cause from this message alone. However, the server responded with the following message suggests the server actively processed the request but concluded the content was indeed absent from its system.
Open Review aims for open publishing and open access. This kind of specific error directly hinders researchers trying to find and cite work. A paper on MoE routing, for example, is highly sought after.
Think of a researcher trying to track the evolution of an idea or verify results. If the unique identifier leads to a void, it actively obstructs academic discourse, making reproducibility difficult. It creates a critical gap.
So this isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a potential data integrity issue for a platform dedicated to hosting critical academic discourse. It raises questions about the long-term reliability of these vital archives.
This specific note not found is one type of access problem. But what happens when the requested page itself can't be found, rather than a specific internal ID? Let's look at a different, more general error.
Now, Arjun, contrasting with that specific note not found error, here we see a more general message when trying to navigate Open Review. It's the dreaded error 404, which is common across the web.
This message, "The requested page could not be found," indicates that while the server is operational, the specific URL path you tried to access doesn't correspond to any existing resource. It's a standard HTTP status code.
So how is a general 404 different from the note Z1G8Q006 was not found? Does one imply a deeper technical issue than the other, or are they simply different symptoms of missing information?
The note not found means the database couldn't find the content ID. A 404 means the web server couldn't find the path or file for the URL. This could be a mistyped URL, a broken internal link, or a page that was deleted entirely.
If I click a link from an external site or even another Open Review page and get a 404, it's incredibly frustrating. It means the pointer to that specific MoE research I'm after is effectively gone.
Exactly. This error, while familiar, is particularly disruptive for an academic platform dedicated to open access. It directly impacts the discoverability of research, potentially burying valuable contributions and slowing down scientific progress.
It's helpful that Open Review provides a clear path to report issues. If you'd like to report this error, please send an email to info@openreview.net. User feedback is crucial for resolving these glitches, especially on open platforms.
Given Open Review's significant role and backing from major organizations like Google, Facebook, NSF, it's surprising to encounter such persistent fundamental errors. Are these issues related to maintenance, database migrations, or scaling challenges?
It really drives home that even well-funded, critical infrastructure developed by institutions like the University of Massachusetts Amherst can face challenges with content integrity and access. It's not just a small blog, but a pillar.
Imagine you're a reviewer trying to access a submission, or a meta-reviewer tracking revisions for open peer review. These errors directly impede that foundational process, potentially delaying important research and feedback cycles.
They even acknowledge Google Cloud Platform for donating the computing and networking services. This suggests enterprise-level infrastructure. The issues seem to stem from application-level content management rather than raw server capacity.
So we've seen specific note failures and general page not found errors. Let's zoom out to consider what this pervasive issue means for Open Review's stated goals and the broader academic community depending on it.
We're back to that original note not found error page for the MoE routing paper. It's significant that this error for Z1G8Q006 is persistent across multiple attempts. This isn't a fleeting glitch.
The footer clearly states, Open Review is a long-term project to advance science through improved peer review with legal nonprofit status. This sets a very high expectation for reliability and continuous unimpeded access.
When a platform with such an important long-term project mission consistently shows these access errors, how does that fundamentally impact the trust researchers placed in it for archiving and disseminating their work?
This directly undermines the core principles of open peer review and open access that Open Review champions. For research to be truly open and verifiable, it must be consistently and reliably accessible to everyone, at all times.
They also promote open API and open source. If the underlying data or system is experiencing these kinds of issues, it raises serious questions about the integrity and usability of any external tools or analyses built on top of it.
Imagine trying to build an aggregator or perform large-scale data mining using Open Review's API. If core content frequently returns note not found or 404s, your downstream applications would constantly break or provide incomplete data.
Open Review is a nonprofit supported by donate campaigns and sponsors. Does the academic community who benefits from this platform have a collective responsibility in helping diagnose or mitigate these persistent technical issues?
The page does provide a contact link and FAQ, implying pathways for engagement. Active reporting by users along with constructive community feedback is truly crucial for open platforms to identify and resolve these ongoing glitches.
For a highly cited paper, issues might get noticed quickly. But what about newer, less visible research that needs that open discussion and open recommendations to gain traction? These errors could effectively bury it indefinitely.
These persistent issues highlight a broader challenge in digital academic publishing, ensuring the long-term reliability and archival stability of open platforms. It's not just about getting papers online, but keeping them accessible for the scientific record.
Are there lessons from other robust open science initiatives or even commercial content platforms about best practices for maintaining content integrity and guaranteeing discoverability over decades, not just years?
Ultimately, the ambitious goal to advance science relies heavily on the foundational infrastructure being solid and reliable. Persistent errors, even those that seem minor, chip away at that foundation and the critical trust it represents.
This has been a really clear look at how technical glitches can have significant impact on academic access. Arjun, what are our key takeaways from OpenReview's server challenges today? I'm Maya. Thanks for spending this with us.
I'm Arjun. The next walkthrough is in 3 hours. See you then.